Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how you folks doing? Welcome to our Smackdown Live review. I hope you guys enjoyed Smackdown tonight. We're going to cover everything that went on in the show, obviously break down absolutely everything, and take your live calls when the moment is right. But once again, welcome here to Smackdown Live. If you take a look at the screen, you'll notice that it's nice and red because Conman once again forgot to create the Smackdown Live overlay. And so we're using the Monday Night Raw one once again. However, that doesn't mean that this show is going to be any less informative. That doesn't mean that this show is going to take any different turns. We are still going to cover absolutely everything that went down on Smackdown Live. But welcome everybody to the live stream. Once again, my name is Conman167, and it's great to see you tuning in here. If you guys are watching this thing back at a later time, make sure you comment down in the comments section below on what your favorite part from Smackdown Live was. But here we go, guys. It is now time for the Conman Certified Roll Call. So who do we got in here today? We got ourselves Rebecca Alfritz. We got Reese Thompson. How you doing, my friend? We got John Faison. We got Tice Gum. We got the King's Table, Peyton Cash. AJ Mahoney up in here. We got Brandon Harbin. How you doing, my friend? Austin Olson up in here. Mr. T. Reese Thompson. Nice to see you. Nicard Laveria. Nice to see you again. Kevin Moore in here. Bradley Robinette, Nathan Noble, and Nicard Laveria once again because I want to try to say your name right. And let's go with MSW Megastorm Wrestling alongside of Mr. Tournicane. Guys, welcome everybody once again to the live stream. My name is Conman167. And like I said, we just finished watching a Smackdown Live, and I thought honestly the show overall was nothing special. I mean, it wasn't anything to write home about by any means. I truly think the only massive memorable moment of the night was probably Aleister Black's promo backstage. Where he cut a very vicious promo, begging somebody to answer his challenge, and then he got a little knock on the door setting up something for later. We still got the teasing of the Firefly Funhouse in the backstage segments. I believe that the pig was there, and the Rambling Rabbit was also there, courtesy of these people right here on Twitter. If you take a look at the tweets, you can see, actually it's over there this time, you can see the pig in the background, and then if you look really closely in the photo with Sonya Deville, you can see the Rambling Rabbit in the background there. So there was stuff that went down, but let's cover this whole thing. Let's break down the entire episode of Smackdown Live, and then we're going to get into your live calls. So here we go, Smackdown Live from June 25th, 2019, from Portland, Oregon. Here we go. We opened up with Shane McMahon backstage. He cut a promo on Roman Reigns saying that Undertaker won't be the only dead man at Extreme Rules. Shane says that he can't come and go as he pleases. Shane tells everyone on SmackDown to be on their best behavior tonight because, quite frankly, he's pissed. That's how we opened up the show. Cue the start of the entire show here. WWE Champion Kofi Kingston, he went on down to the ring with Big E and Xavier Woods by his side. He grabbed a nice little microphone there and he talked about his feud with Samoa Joe and their upcoming match at Extreme Rules. However, Dolph Ziggler was quick to interrupt him there, and he continued to cut the exact same promo. Now, Dolph Ziggler here, he cut the same thing that we've seen time and time again. Dolph Ziggler coming up with an excuse that he lost, and then Dolph Ziggler getting the opportunity right here that if he beats Kofi Kingston later on in the night in a 2 out of 3 falls match, we'll get to that he is going to be inserted into the match against Samoa Joe. Alright, cool. Now that we got all that backstory there done and out of the way, we now got to get to our little thoughts on that part, because I think that they're making a real big mistake with how they're positioning the WWE Championship picture. I mean, Samoa Joe goes from losing the United States Championship in a one-off match against Ricochet after he just got the title handed back to him. You know, after he just lost the title to Rey Mysterio. When you were thinking about it, Samoa Joe's last 2 title defenses were losses. All of a sudden, he is moved into a WWE title picture with Kofi Kingston. Now, if we're gonna say anything about that, we gotta say Samoa Joe doesn't belong. And that's because he hasn't won any matches. He hasn't won any spots to get into the WWE title picture. His transition from a mid-card champion to main event player all of a sudden just doesn't feel right. It doesn't have that sensible feel to it. Samoa Joe attacked Kofi Kingston, and that can't be ignored. Kofi Kingston has got a gripe to pick with Samoa Joe, but since when does attacking a champion from behind after you have lost a bunch of times in recent memory dictate you to get a shot at the top championship in the company? What is that? Like, honestly, what is that all about? I don't get it. It makes no sense to me, and I'm just kind of like, I'm at a little bit of a loss of words there. I think, personally, the main event that we got there between Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler in a 2 out of 3 falls match should have been Samoa Joe versus Dolph Ziggler in a number one contendership match. Because number one contenders matches do a lot of good for everybody. It makes the match feel bigger. You're fighting for something that isn't a title. You're fighting somebody for a reason. There is a reason for the match that we are watching. Like, when you think about this, there's got to be reasons why people are going into that ring and beating the ever-loving crap out of each other. There's got to be reasons why you want to punch that person in the face. In UFC, it's to go up the rankings and become champion. In WWE, it doesn't always seem to be about that. It just sometimes is like, go in there and have a match, just have a match. You got to give us reasons. Like, whether it's like an addition of a ranking system in the WWE and not the stupid top 10 lists that they had, an actual ranking system, if that would be something that people could fight for to move up the rankings. At the very least, though, you gotta have number one contendership matches. You just gotta, because it is so easy to book number one contenders matches. It's so easy to book a new feud as there's a new number one contender. And you don't even need, here's another thing with number one contendership matches, you don't even need for it to be for the current feud. Picture it. Samoa Joe versus Kofi Kingston right now is the upcoming feud. Okay, awesome. Next week on Smackdown Live, we are going to be determining a new number one contender for the WWE Championship for SummerSlam. And then Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe happens, but all of a sudden Kofi Kingston starts getting in the back of his mind who his opponent's going to be after that, and you can build to that. That can be a story. You can have the guy interfere in the current WWE Championship match and build towards something bigger that way. There is so many good things when it comes to number one contendership matches, and WWE seems to forget how important they are. I mean, hell, Ricochet won 1 week ago. He won the Fatal 5-Way Elimination number one contendership match to become the number one contender for the U.S. champion. And now he is the United States champion. That was a week ago. It does not take long to build up somebody after they have momentum. Look at Becky Lynch. It took her 7 matches, 7 wins in a row, 7 weeks in a row on SmackDown Live to become the man. After being in the pre-show of WrestleMania. And all they did was just make her matches meaningful. They focused on the storyline for Becky Lynch. And then I'm pretty sure we had some number one contendership matches in there. It makes sense, to have number one contendership matches. And I just don't know why we don't do that. There's a fruit fly in here, and that's going to bug the crap out of me. Okay, though, that's just kind of my thoughts right there. What the heck? This missed it, but maybe he's scared now. I don't know. Alright, anyways though, that was that one. We then went backstage for Daniel Bryan and Rowan, who were there, but then one of Bray Wyatt's little puppets popped up in the background, and oh boy, that was it. The little pig was in the background. That was cool. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the Miz and Shane McMahon and Elias incident backstage. So what we got is we had the Miz approaching Shane McMahon, or Shane McMahon's locker in the backstage area. Elias interrupted him, telling Miz that Miz tells Elias, to stop playing his guitar, or he's going to shove it up the dark side of his moon. He tells Elias to pass it on to Shane, that he and Miz have unfinished business. The Miz leaves, and then Shane comes out of his locker room and talks to Elias. Elias says that Miz was just running his mouth, so Shane says maybe he should beat him up. Shane says that he'll beat up The Miz if The Miz can get past Elias tonight in 2 out of 3 falls match. That's what set that one up, and we continue on right over there. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, buddy. Then we got the Big E and Xavier Woods match versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Now, actually, before we get into that, let me talk a little bit about the backstage segments. I like what WWE is doing with the way that they are positioning their entire card around commercial breaks. They are having people walk down to the ring. They're saying it's coming up next, and they're doing stuff in the background still. It's really quite cool. Nathan Garcia, thanks for subscribing. I'm actually really enjoying the way that WWE is positioning their backstage segments. This one with Elias was also pretty good. I like how Shane was just literally listening by the door. I thought it was fine. But here we go. We had Big E and Xavier Woods versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. The tag titles were not on the line in this match. However, Woods started off strong against Bryan. He hit Bryan for a drop of a 1 count. And then, yada yada yada, whatever goes around. But then this is what happened. Rowan hit the floor with a drop kick. Back in the ring, Big E broke free. Bryan started nailing him with the yes kicks. Big E fights back with a lariat, and then Woods tags in for the double team. They hit the midnight hour / the up up down down. I know it's different between the partners, but regardless, the New Day hit it on Bryan for the 1, 2, 3. They beat the tag team champions. This is a common theme here tonight with Smackdown Live. Their champions lost, except for Kofi Kingston, obviously, but that is something that happened. Our champions lost quite a bit on SmackDown Live. Daniel Bryan and Rowan eat the pinfall, and it's become an ever repetitive thing with Bryan and Rowan. They lose when their titles are not on the line. And it's kind of a problem. You know, you can't have your champions losing every single time they go out there. I mean, Daniel Bryan and Rowan literally just lost the night before on Monday Night Raw. And then not only did they lose in that match, but they lost again when the beatdown happened. So Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn started coming on out. They beat up Big E and Xavier Woods from behind. Heavy Machinery made the save. Daniel Bryan and Rowan got in on the action, and that set up a 4-on-4 4-on-4 tag team match, 8-man tag team action. And while the 8-team tag team is interesting, I don't think it is probably the best way to book a tag team division. Just simply throwing a bunch of people in the ring together doesn't do anything. You got to give us meaningful stories. However, I will say the inclusion of Heavy Machinery and the walkout by Kevin Owens was very, very interesting. But regardless, guys, we had another loss for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions as Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Rowan, and Daniel Bryan lose to Heavy Machinery, Xavier Woods, and Big E. Kudos to Heavy Machinery getting a giant push here inside the WWE, being positioned as actual credible threats with some comedy chops in them. I really want to say thank you to Heavy Machinery, Tucker Knight, and Otis Dojovic for the way that they refined their compactor finishing move. I talked about this last week, and we've talked about this also in the Con and Bob podcast, how they are strong men, and they're big men, but they need more than that. They need their finishing move to have some impact on it. And this week, Otis Dojovic had some extra emphasis there as he slammed down, I believe it was Sami Zayn, right? Yeah, it was Sami Zayn. He slammed him down into the mat, and the way that Tucker Knight bounced up and landed back down on Zayn was so smooth. It was really, really nice. I really liked their tag team finishing move there. So they're slowly starting to get in their reps, right? They're slowly starting to show what they're made of. They had a great showing against Daniel Bryan and Rowan on Sunday, and now they had another really good showing here. So Heavy Machinery obviously being positioned for big things. They're an entertaining team. They're entertaining as hell. And I constantly am going to say this. I think that Otis Dojovic is going to have a long career inside of the WWE. But who has been impressing me a lot has been Tucker Knight as well. His athleticism is second to none. I mean, how the hell can a big man do a moonsault off the top rope like that? That's like Vader style. And man, if they can start pulling in more athleticism into their matches while maintaining a very high level of comedy with their acts, if Otis Dojovic can continue to be the charismatic bubble that he is inside of that team, and Tucker Knight can continue to work at a high rate like he has been, they're going to be fine. They're going to be a really good, long-standing tag team inside of WWE. So yeah, excited to see what happens with Heavy Machinery moving forward. Alright, then we got to see some footage from last night of Nikki Cross telling Alexa Bliss that she'll make it up to her for messing up their match on Monday Night Raw. Nikki says that if she wins a match against Bayley on SmackDown, Alexa gets her rematch. Nikki says she won't let Alexa down. The Miz is then shown backstage getting ready for his 2 out of 3 falls match against Elias, and that sets it up. Miz versus Elias, the 2 out of 3 falls. The first fall went to Elias off the driftaway neckbreaker. We went to commercial break. Then we come on back, and I think it was, what was it? Miz hit the skull-crushing finale on Elias. We got the 1, 2, and then Shane came into the ring, broke up the pinfall, starting beating up the Miz, and as a result, the referee disqualified Shane McMahon and Elias, giving the second fall to the Miz, tied 1-1. That set up the third fall right there, but regardless, this is how it went down. Shane continued to stomp on the Miz, and then Elias joined in. They took Miz out to the ringside, threw him over the announce table, and then took him back inside the ring. Elias holds up the Miz while Shane spears the Miz. They instruct the ref to begin the match again for the third fall. Elias hits the driftaway on a lifeless Miz for the 3 count. Elias wins the match 2-1. So that is how that all went down. And yeah, there you go. After the match, Shane and Elias went up the ramp. They turned around. The ref asked them to stop. He actually pleaded with them. But regardless, they continued to go on into the ring. Elias held down the Miz in the corner. Shane climbed up on the opposite corner turnbuckle. And then he delivered the always impressive coast to coast, flying through the air, drop kick into the Miz. And that crushes him a little bit more. Let's talk about this. Because I don't think that this was necessary, was it? I get Shane was pissed off, right? That was kind of the story of the night. Shane McMahon was upset. He's pissed off with The Undertaker coming on back. And it's just, well, as I'm trying to think about this right here, it's just like the Miz was in such a good position being a babyface. And he had so much momentum going into WrestleMania. And then he lost to Shane, or not WrestleMania, sorry, what was it? Money in the Bank? Which one did he lose at? When did Shane and The Miz face each other? Was it WrestleMania already? Why am I blanking on this hard? Guys, I need your help. Please help me really quickly. Why am I blanking so hard on this? It's been a long day. I can't remember. Money in the Bank? Alright. Yeah, it wasn't WrestleMania, right? Who did Shane face at Mania? Oh god, I'm blanking so hard. Okay. Regardless, I don't even know. Wait. So Shane did? Yeah, it was Miz. Oh. Okay, so that was at Mania. April, May, June. Oh, yeah, I guess it wasn't all that long ago. Anyways, guys, I know that I'm rambling right now. So, he faced them. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Falls Count Anywhere match. That's the one. That's right. The suplex off the top and down onto the ground. Okay. I think now I'm starting to remember again. My bad. So, yeah, they fought each other at that show. And Miz had such a hot babyface run going into that, right? He really, really, really needed that win. And, like, I get it where they're going with Shane McMahon, right? They're really just trying to give Shane some real heat, I guess. But it's not working. It's not working anymore. Shane's being on TV way too often, and at this point, it's coming at the expense of superstars who got over. The Miz could have been pushed into the main event. He can't anymore, guys. The Miz, unfortunately, I think is a perennial mid-carder. I don't think you're going to see him move to the mid-card anytime soon. Shane just kind of stopped all momentum that Miz had, and I feel so bad for the Miz because he got over as a babyface. He is still over as a babyface, and he's not going to be able to move into the main event. He's going to be a mid-carder for the next little bit, and that's just very, very unfortunate for the Miz. Anyways, though, we got the Nikki Cross versus Bayley match, and as said before, this match led to Nikki Cross picking up the win. It was a roll-up on Bayley, as it was just a match of roll-ups, and Nikki wins. I mean, honestly, it was probably the right call to give Nikki Cross the win because it creates an intriguing storyline moving forward, and it was a weird roll-up. I would have preferred there to be some sort of distraction or something like that in this match. even though Nikki Cross got a clean win, I still think that you got to protect your champion. You know, you can't just give wins to random people over your current champions and expect the champions to stay over. You just can't. I mean, look at the difference for Kofi Kingston's booking. Ever since he won that title, Kofi Kingston is being booked like an absolute megastar, and people are believing him as such. If you start having your champions lose on TV and you start making yourself viewed as a bit of a loser to the fans, that's where you lose your steam. That's where you lose a lot of the momentum that you've built up to get to this point. We don't want that to happen with Bayley because she really, 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 really needs to have a good title reign here. If she doesn't, it's pretty much it for Bayley, right? She's going to fall into a position of saying like a female Dolph Ziggler. They will never put her back in the main event to win an actual championship if she can't have a solid run here. This entire title reign is so important to Bayley. She has to have a good title reign because her first one was a letdown. Her first one was a failure. I will admit that. The first one got a lot of lack of fanfare. Fans turned on Bayley. Fans were booing Bayley. It wasn't good. And that match with Alexa Bliss in that first feud, they clearly thought Bliss and Bayley, who's that? Sorry. Flame Knight the Destroyer, thanks for subscribing. They clearly thought that Bliss and Bayley have good chemistry together. And they showed that they actually do. They had good chemistry on Sunday at Stomping Grounds. Obviously, Bliss lost there, but now they're going to get the next match. And it's going to be Bliss versus Bayley once again, courtesy of Nikki Cross. And I think it's a cool story. I'm happy for it. Alright, let's read about the 24/7 championship now, and I say read because I'm reading, you guys can just listen. But Carmella is backstage looking for R-Truth. She runs into Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, they exchange a few words, Rose and Deville walk off, and then Truth pops out of a container to talk to Carmella. Drake Maverick interrupts and tells Truth to relax because he didn't bring a ref with him. Drake says he doesn't have anything anymore because Truth ruined his wedding and his wife hates him. Drake tells Truth that he's ruined his life. Truth hugs Drake and apologizes and says he thought it was at Carmella's wedding. Truth tells Hornswoggle that if it means so much to him, he tells Drake to go get a referee, and Drake is absolutely shocked. He calls over the ref. Truth says, "I'm just joking, brother," and then adds that he loves his championship more than Drake loves his wife. Just then, a mob of wrestlers run by and tramples Drake to chase Truth. That was the segment. That was awesome. Really enjoyed the 24/7 championship stuff. I think it's really, really good. And I mean, kudos to Drake Maverick. He is putting absolutely everything in. There's that fly again. Everything into making this 24/7 championship something special. And they're doing a great job with it. Same with R-Truth. Carmella's doing an awesome job with it. Everybody is in high gear with it. And they're ready to go. I like it. It's good. We then had Ember Moon versus Sonya Deville. This was a really, really, really quick match. Mandy Rose paid huge dividends for Sonya Deville as Sonya Deville shoved Ember Moon into the ring post, took her into the pinfall, 1, 2, 3, it was over. There we go. That was all that needed to be said. What I will say, though, is that Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, they had a interesting moment there. It might feel like WWE is teasing a LGBTQ storyline. Because I'm not sure if anybody noticed this with Sonya Deville and with Mandy Rose. But Sonya just kind of grazed her hair at the end. They had a nice little eye-to-eye contact. You know, you got to wear protection anytime you have eye-to-eye contact. But they just kind of looking at each other and grazing of the hair and walking out together. It's just, there was some sexual tension there. There's no doubt about that. And WWE has not been afraid to explore some different paths with Mandy Rose in the past. Obviously, your stuff with Jey Uso. I think it's Jey Uso and Naomi. I might have the wrong Uso there. But it's very interesting. They might be testing out something along these lines. And what I hope it is, and this is just me thinking out loud right now, okay? What I hope it is I hope it is a form of manipulation from Mandy Rose. I really hope this is a storyline that we continue to look into. Because if Mandy Rose begins manipulating Sonya Deville due to Sonya Deville's attraction to Mandy Rose, or whatever they want to play it off of, that could lead to a giant babyface turn for Sonya Deville down the line. And I've said this many, many times that Sonya Deville as a babyface is going to be very, very good. It's going to be really good. And I just really hope that if this is something that they want to explore, if they want to explore an LGBTQ community storyline or something like that, I really hope it paints Mandy Rose as an absolute bitch of a heel, and I hope it paints Sonya Deville as a mega babyface coming out of this. I really, really hope that's the case, and I hope that's the direction they move in, because I think that would make for an amazing storyline. The manipulation tactics from Mandy Rose and the pure babyface turn that it would make for Sonya Deville, it would be so organic, it'd be so natural, and it would be so very good. Let's talk about the main event now. We had Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler in the rematch once again from Stomping Grounds and from Super Showdown. This time, though, it was a 2 out of 3 falls match. This is the second 2 out of 3 falls match on the card today. And this one, oh, there's that fly again. I missed him one more time. This match was good. Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston was good. It was really, really solid. I think that the 2 out of 3 falls matches give it a too much of formulaic feel before the commercial break, right? You know that there's going to be a quick pinfall before the commercial break. You know there's going to be a second pinfall, and then you're probably going to get the third pinfall somewhere down the line. But it's a little too formulaic for TV. You can throw one here and there sort of thing, but you cannot keep having 2 out of 3 falls matches. Otherwise, it's going to be very, 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 very stale, okay? But anyways, this match was pretty good. Dolph Ziggler got the... Ziggler argued with the ref, led to Kofi rolling up Dolph from behind for the first 3 count of the matchup. The score was now 1-0 for Kofi Kingston. And then this led to Dolph Ziggler getting the second score there, the second fall, if you will. After a super kick to Kofi Kingston, he actually got a pinfall on Kofi, and that is huge right there because Kofi Kingston has not been pinned since WrestleMania. And I believe that was the first pinfall Kofi Kingston took. So that is really interesting. Dolph Ziggler with a massive pinfall over Kofi Kingston, first one to pin him since WrestleMania. However, this led to the third and final fall. This was the fall to watch for. I really, really enjoyed this. But let's talk about it. Ziggler controlled the next several moments of the match. He hit a DDT on Kofi for a 2 count. Kofi hit a series of kicks to come back until Ziggler catches one of them and dropped Kofi Kingston. Ziggler goes into a slingshot Kofi into the turnbuckle, but Kofi leaps up and lands on the turnbuckle and then promptly hits a corkscrew moonsault. That's not correct. It was a corkscrew crossbody on Ziggler. Ziggler reversed the pin, though, attempt into a pin of his own for a 2 count. Kofi Kingston came back with a springboard flying clothesline off the top for a 2 count. Ziggler came back with some strikes and then looked for the Famouser, but Kofi reversed it into a powerbomb. And this powerbomb was a thing of beauty. It was a spinning sit-out powerbomb delivered to Dolph Ziggler. He kicked out at 2. Kofi missed a shot in the corner and Ziggler starts beating on him again. Kofi comes back with the Trouble in Paradise attempt, but Ziggler ducks. Kofi goes into the Trouble in Paradise one more time, but this time he connects. Ziggler is down. Kofi goes into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Kofi Kingston wins the 2 out of 3 falls match. And that is how we close off Smackdown Live. Show overall tonight, guys, I thought was good, not great. I'm not going to give it a star rating because I really don't have anyone in mind right now, but I'd love to hear from you guys. What would you give your star rating of Smackdown Live tonight? Okay? But now, everybody, it's that time that you've all been waiting for. At least 11 people in the live call room have been waiting for. It is time for the live calls. Here we go. So, before we get into them, actually, I want to remind each and every single one of you, make sure, please make sure that you have your microphone turned on and that you have something to talk about, okay? Just have something to talk about, whether it's a question for me or whether it's a thought on SmackDown or whatever it may be. Have something. Be ready. Have your microphones turned on. Okay, and again, if you would like to join the live calls, all you got to do is go on down into the description below, click on the Discord link, and you can call in live. But here we go. We are going to start the show off with, let's go with Red Sox Rule. All right, we're going to go Red Sox Rule. You're going to start the show off, and then I think we're going to have Justin Roberts after that. So Red Sox Rule, you're on the line. with everybody here. Here we go. Hey, Red Sox Rule, how you doing, my friend? Red Sox Rule, you there? Your microphone is muted. If you can unmute it, that would be great. Hello, how's it going? Red Sox Rule, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, wow, okay. Hang on, sorry, my headphones aren't plugged in. One sec, buddy. Okay, sorry about that. You there? And he left. Okay. Okay, moderators, stop moving him. Anyways. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Sorry about that. Red Sox Rule, you there?
I'm here.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Sorry about that. We're having some technical difficulties. What'd you think of Smackdown tonight?
I thought it was pretty. It wasn't nothing to write home about, like you said, but it was pretty decent.
Yeah, I thought that about the show as well. What was your favorite moment from it, though, if you had to pick one?
I really want to find out who opened Aleister Black's door. I really do.
Yeah.
I wish we knew that tonight.
Yeah, that would have been cool to find out tonight. So who would you say would be the best option for that then? Because I guess this is something that we got to figure out, right, moving forward. Who would we like to see him feud with? What do you think, man?
I would love to see him feud with maybe a Randy Orton.
Okay, that wouldn't be bad. Yeah, Randy Orton would be a good first feud. He could easily put him over.
But I would rather be Bray.
Yeah, Bray's good as well. So your number one pick would be Bray Wyatt, and then number two, like a fallback, is Randy Orton, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, thank you so much for calling into the show. Anything else that you want to talk about before we let you go?
Not that I can think of, but I love the 24/7 championship. I really do.
It's really good, eh? Yeah. All right, dude. Thank you so much for calling in, and have yourself a wonderful day. And once again, thanks for calling, dude.
All right, you too, Con.
Bye-bye. All right, there we go. That was our first caller of the evening, Mr. Red Sox Rule. We're going to go into Justin Roberts. Like I said, Justin Roberts is up next. And then everybody after that, we're going to get into, let's do Cool Cats. So we're going to do Cool Cats. Okay, so apparently Justin Roberts is leaving the call, everybody. Let's do Cool Cats. Hey, Cool Cats, how you doing, my friend? You've got your microphone muted and your headset. Hello, how's it going? Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, you?
Pretty good. What'd you think of Smackdown tonight?
It was alright.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
Yeah, if you had to say one thing of the show tonight that you really, really liked, though, what would you pick out?
That Shinsuke got another opportunity for the championship.
How great is that? That has got like a 5-star match written all over it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely that's going to be an interesting feud to see Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Who would you have go over in that feud, though, if you had to pick one?
Depends, if someone's injured.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Or maybe Balor, if he's the big demon.
Mm-hmm. I would probably go with Finn Balor as well, yeah. I don't think you need to put the title on Shinsuke Nakamura. He's probably just going to be there to help build the mid-card division and give us a couple good matches with Finn Balor. So, yeah. Anything else that you want to talk about before we get to some more callers? Let's hear it. Sorry, bud. If you were talking right there, you just cut out.
Oh.
I'm having a really tough time hearing you.
No, just that.
There we go. Okay. Yep. All right, dude. Sorry that we're having these issues right now, but I'm going to get to another caller, okay? I hope you have a wonderful night, and thanks for calling in. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's go with, up next, we're going to go Toothless97, okay? Toothless97, you're on live next, and then after you, we're going to go to, we'll go with I Love Peanut Butter after Toothless, okay? Hey, Toothless, how you doing, my friend? Ooh,
Hey.
turn your
How you doing,
background
man?
audio if you can.
Oh, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
Okay, so I was like asking the question like, who you think knock on Elsa Black's door?
One of Orton or Cesaro?
And this was at this point I guess with Brock Lesnar, the briefcase. And this is a good question. What if Brock cashed in on Kofi Kingston instead of Seth?
It could work. It would be just something different. Sorry, I'm hearing myself twice in your audio. I gotta mute you, man. I'm sorry, this is not working.
I know.
All right, buddy, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay,
Have a good day. Bye-bye. Oh, man, that was tough to hear. I could not hear myself think. It was just repeating on loop. I'm sorry, Toothless. I want to hear your call. Just to talk to all you guys again right here, if you have headphones, plug them in when you're calling. That way we don't get a loop. It's kind of like, if you call into a live radio show, we ask you that you turn down your radio as well. So yeah, that's kind of what we ask from you right here. If you can just make sure you either have some headphones plugged in or you have some way of it not looping back through your microphone. That way we can actually hear your call and we can have a good conversation, okay? Let's get into I Love Peanut Butter, all right, my friends? I Love Peanut Butter is up next, and then after you, we're going to get into Christian Vega, okay? I Love Peanut Butter, how you doing, my friend? I Love Peanut Butter, you there?
Yep,
Hello, how's it going?
good.
Good. What do you think of Smackdown tonight?
Decent.
Just decent? Yeah, nothing really to write home about, eh?
Not really.
All right, anything else that you want to talk about?
No.
No? Okay, man. Well, then have yourself a wonderful day, and thank you for calling the show. Have a good one. And yeah, make sure you guys have actually something that you want to talk about. We got lots of people who want to talk about Smackdown Live here. If you got stuff to talk about, make sure you call. If you don't, well then, you don't always have to call, right? Let's continue on, though. Let's go with, like I said, Christian Vega, okay? So, Christian Vega. Here we go. Christian Vega, how you doing, my friend? Oh, he left. Let's try this one more time. Christian Vega, you there? Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing good,
That's good to hear. What do you think of Smackdown tonight?
Yeah, I think it was, it was good.
Yeah, just good. That seems like what everybody's been saying. It was good, but there's not too much to talk about, is there?
Well, I wasn't expecting, like Shinsuke Nakamura, like to challenge Finn Balor for the IC title.
Mm-hmm. That was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah. I also want to know who knocked on Aleister Black's door.
Mm-hmm. So we've had a few suggestions that it might be, say, a Randy Orton, could be a Bray Wyatt, could be a Cesaro. Who do you think? Who would you like to see knock on that door? Oh, he left. He just left. I guess we're never going to find out who he would like to see knock on that door. All right, dude. Well, thanks for calling into the show. This is not working out tonight, is it, folks? This is really not working out. I don't know, Christian Vega, what happened, my friend. If you are listening, please join back in the call. I want to continue that conversation. Christian Vega, please join back in the live call wait room, if possible. We'll wait for your call. This local mute thing is not going to work. Okay. Here we go. Join back in, Christian Vega. We're waiting. We all waiting on your call. Hey, there it is. Christian Vega. Here we go. Hey, man. So I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, he left again. It keeps leaving. For whatever reason, you keep... And you left again. All right. I don't know what's going on there, Christian Vega, but you keep leaving. One more time. All right, we working now? Everything? Nope, and he leaves. Okay, that's it, Christian Vega. Sorry, buddy, I can't make it work on you. Let's continue on here with Spartan Boy. Hey, Spartan Boy, how you doing, my friend?
Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Good.
Good. What do you think of Smackdown tonight?
I thought it was good. I really liked it. So, how do you feel about the whole Becky Seth story?
Oh, I think it's okay. I think it's just kind of there because it's in the public eye already, and it's their hope to try to make some sort of power couple on screen. I don't think it's anything that needs to happen, honestly, on screen. I think that this is just an excuse to try to extend their feuds with Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans, respectively. I just don't think it's needed, but at least it's going to be something somewhat different. What do you think about it?
Yeah. I think it's alright. I mean, like, I like the idea of it. Like, with Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin, like, the mixed tag match. But I feel like it's just, like, not needed.
Yeah. Like, it feels like it probably could have been a match built up to for next week on Raw. Just a random mixed match sort of thing. They've both had all their title opportunities. And it would just kind of be like a one-off match to close out the feud sort of thing. It doesn't feel like it should be built for a pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah, so who do you think's going to win the match?
Oh, it's got to be Seth and Becky. Oh, absolutely. There's no way they're losing both titles there in the same match. No way.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the whole Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss storyline, like the friendship?
I think it's really good. I'm intrigued to see where it ends up, because I don't know if it's going to be, say, ending up with Alexa Bliss with the title on her, and then Nikki Cross goes after Alexa Bliss, or if Alexa Bliss is going to go after Bayley for the title, or what's going to happen there. There's a lot of directions they can move in, and I'm just happy to see that they've got a feud going on that makes kind of sense.
Yeah, I think that like Nikki will cross Alexa again, and then Alexa will just like turn on her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can probably envision that as well. Yeah, just simply because. Sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, and then that'll turn to like a storyline on like a pay-per-view, like Hell in a Cell or something like that.
Yeah, something like that could work. I'm just happy to see that, Nikki Cross is being put on TV and she actually got a win over the SmackDown Women's Champion. Like, you don't get that unless WWE has something somewhat big planned for you. So it's good to see for Nikki Cross that she got the win. And I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, okay, that was it.
Thanks, dude, for calling. Those were great questions. Make sure you call back again next week.
Okay, I will.
All right, talk to you later, buddy. Have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, we're going to continue. Oh, it's 11 o'clock, isn't it? Oh, boy. It's 11 o'clock. All right, I guess that means we're coming into our last caller of the day, and it's going to be Peyton Cash, all right? I like Peyton. Peyton Cash, you're on the line. Hey, Peyton Cash, how you doing, my friend? Your microphone's muted. You're muted there for whatever reason. All right, so Peyton Cash is not going to work. All right, we're going to go with B. Gillis, and then maybe we can get back to you, Peyton, then, all right? Hey, B. Gillis, how you doing, my friend?
Hello?
Hello, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you, Conman?
I'm doing fantastic. What'd you think of Smackdown tonight?
Smackdown tonight was an okay show. Nothing really big happened.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you on that. I'm literally sitting here looking at like the reaction highlights from the night, and I'm not going to be able to upload a single one. There was nothing big that happened. Yeah.
I'm surprised Samoa Joe didn't show up at all.
Me too. Me too. I thought that he might have cost Kofi Kingston a fall in that match, like just something. Maybe not actually cost him the whole match, but at least a fall would have at least pushed their storyline forward.
Yeah, not even attacking Kofi at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm. That was missing there as well. Yeah, Samoa Joe could have come down at the very end as Kofi was celebrating, locked in the Coquita clutch, raised the WWE Championship, and that's how you end SmackDown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It needed something a little bit bigger to make the show feel big, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was solid. Nothing to write home about, though.
Yeah, it wasn't a horrible show.
Mm-hmm. What else do you like on the show?
Well, could I talk about something that I don't like?
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
So one thing I don't like is with the champions, like after Stomping Ground, because some of them are losing their matches.
Mhm.
For example, like Ricochet lost against AJ Styles on Raw. I was kind of disappointed because I was hoping Ricochet would win that match just after becoming United States champion.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan and Rowan, they've lost on Raw and SmackDown twice after retaining their SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I found that a little disappointing as well.
It is disappointing, isn't it? Because you want to position your champions to be strong, and when they're losing on TV, it's tough to buy them as champions. They shouldn't be losing in non-title matches because they're supposed to be the best that their division has to offer. I mean, Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan lost twice tonight.
Yeah, that's just upsetting.
That can't happen, right? You can't be having your SmackDown Tag Team Champions in a weak tag team division that they are calling a joke be beaten this often on free TV. You just can't have that, because then all of a sudden it's like, well, then what are you guys? If you're calling everybody in your division a joke, what does that make you? Because you're losing to everybody. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, and I mean, Bayley losing to Nikki Cross, well, it was a nice win for Cross. Bayley losing, that doesn't help her credibility at all. She just got the championship not that long ago at Money in the Bank, right? She needs to build up her credibility.
Yeah, you're right.
Anything else that you want to talk about, though?
No.
No. All right, dude. Well, thanks for calling. It's always nice talking to you. Make sure you call back next week.
Yep, thanks for having me.
All right, dude. Talk to you later. Have a good one.
All right, see you.
Bye. All right, and then the last one, like I said, we're going to try to get to Peyton Cash. Here we go, Peyton Cash. Hey, Peyton, how you doing, buddy?
Please work, please work, please work.
It's working. There you go. You're a final caller of the day, so make her quick, make her good.
All right. I have one word for SmackDown tonight.
You have one problem, did you say? Sorry?
Sorry about that. SmackDown was mad. It was mad this week. I felt like SmackDown was,
yeah,
like because of the 2 out of 3 falls happened twice, like 2 nights, like 2 times in a row. Like, I'm not a fan of that. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like putting 2 out of 3 falls into one night
on the same card. Yeah, on the same night. Yeah, it's not needed. It really dilutes the type of match. Yeah, and it also, and when you have it, like, you know, twice the week before as well, like you're saying, and then another 2 times in the same night, all of a sudden 2 out of 3 fall matches lose their value. They lose the excitement. It's like, oh, really? That's what we're going to get? So then we immediately know that there's going to be a pinfall before the commercial break. There's going to be a commercial break. We come back, and then we're going to get either another fall or both the falls right there. And it's just so formulaic right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just so formulaic in a 2 out of 3 fall match on TV that when you have them all the time, it's so easy to see how they run. And it makes sense for them trying to go to commercial breaks. But that is the least creative way that they could possibly go to commercial breaks if they're trying to find a way to not have wrestling over the commercial, right? It's very uncreative in that sense.
Yeah. All right. End your stream. We're done. Good.
All right. And he just leaves. Peyton Cash, thank you so much for calling, dude. But that was nice talking to all you wonderful fools in there in the chat. We take usually quite a few calls, and thank you guys for calling into the show here today. Remember, you can leave a like on this video if you enjoyed the show, and then we're also going to have a poll live here on YouTube where you can vote on what you thought on Tuesday Night Smackdown. If you thought it was going to be a friggin' fantastic show, if you thought it was good, just okay, bad, or absolute crap, you can let me know right here on YouTube as soon as the stream is done. Also, make sure you guys head on over to twitter.com/conman167 and you follow me over there, as that is the best place to stay up to date with all the information that I have going on inside the world of wrestling. We are going to be live tomorrow with the Conman Universe at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys be a part of that. And then we're also going to be live with NXT tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Very, very busy days here on the Conman channel. I'm working my ass off, and I'm working my ass off for you guys. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this amazing community. Thank you so much for calling into the shows, for staying with me every single week. Smackdown was a lot of fun hanging with you guys tonight, even if the show was just okay. But as always, I've been Con, and that was our WWE Smackdown Live review.